on the year. He's come up as a stopper whenever he's been needed, and the Silver Knights are on a little bit of a downturn right now. Gonna need his 1.30 ERA to try to bail him out here tonight against a real good team.
And for the Navigators, it'll be Sal Frelick to lead off. Not an easy task right away. Sal Frelick, one of the best hitters in that BC Eagles lineup. First pitch, fastball in there for strike one.
That's what you want to see, getting things started against a dangerous hitter with a P at the knee.
You see Sal Frelick hitting .438 on the year, has really dominated the Futures League. That pitch in the dirt for ball one, has missed a little bit of time here and there, not playing every day, but you see that .438 average, that stands out right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care how many games it's been. If you're hitting .438, you're seeing the ball well.
Big swing right there. Frelick misses on the fastball, goes to 1-2. Sal Frelick, Boston Globe Athlete of the Year as a senior, went on to play at BC, was a 2018 FCBL Top Pro prospect. Was injured last year and has come back to the Futures League. The 1-2 misses up high.
He's really bringing the heat right now, but Frelick doesn't seem phased.
Frelick also a freshman All-America by D1Baseball.com. Collegiate baseball news and perfect game as he fouls that one back to the backstop.
Right on that one, just able to spoil it, keep himself in the count for one more pitch at least.
Griffin Young out of Wheaton College holds a 1.30 ERA with the Silver Knights this season. Curveball in there for strike three. Gets Frelick looking for the first out of the game.
Real nice job finding the back door there. On 2-2, you got to be prepared to protect, but it's hard to know that that thing's going to find its way back into the zone.
A little bit of a sidearm motion there from Young. Just a tough pitch as it curves right back on the outside part of the plate. Brings up Ben Malgiri out of Northeastern. First pitch he sees in there for strike one.
Getting ahead of hitters early here, a good sign for Young. We'll see if that continues, though. He's only two guys in.
The 0-1, that misses. Malgiri, as mentioned, out of Northeastern. Cool day here in Nashua. Definitely cooler than the previous days in New England. That one grounded to third. It'll just go foul. Hop right over the left side of that bag.
And you got to wonder if from that on-deck circle, Malgiri was able to see that was a high breaking pitch that came with 2 strikes to Sal Frelick. If he's expecting that here and he gets it, might be able to do some damage.
Malgiri, although playing for the Navs, he's a New Hampshire local out of Exeter. And that curveball again, it's worked so far for Young. Back-to-back Ks to lead off the game.
Got 2 guys in a row looking, and that's a pretty good look when you're on the mound. The lineup tonight for the Navs, it starts with Sal Frelick playing shortstop. Ben Malgiri, the right fielder, bats second. Cody Morissette, the third baseman in the 3-hole. Cam Climo in left field batting cleanup. Tommy Seidel, the center fielder, will bat 5th. Logan Bravo, the first baseman, bats 6th. Jack Wharf, the DH, 7th. Jake McElroy, the second baseman, 8th. And Shane O'Halloran, the catcher, will round things out in the 9th spot.
Brings up Cody Morissette, and we talk about the BC duo with Frelick and Morissette. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. Morissette grounds that one to third base. Cormier will field it, throw on to first for 1-2-3 inning. Good start from Young. Here in Nashua, we go to the bottom of the first inning here on NESN. Back here in Nashua for Game 3 of the 3-game set. The Silver Knights will come to bat, and here's their starting lineups.
Troy Schreffler Jr. leads things off, plays center field. Nick Shumsky, the shortstop, bats second. Jared Dupree in right field will bat in the number 3 spot. Dominic Keegan, the first baseman tonight, bats cleanup. John Meade, the DH, will bat 5th. Dylan Jones is the catcher. He bats 6th. Ben Rounds in left field. Batting 7th, Max Vieira, the second baseman in the 8th spot. And Nate Cormier rounds things out in the number 9 hole.
Schreffler Jr. leading off. And on the mound, Cedric Gillette out of Merrimack as he steps off. A very quick timeout call. Doesn't seem like O'Halloran and Gillette are on the right page, but as you see, Cedric Gillette right there. Good numbers for the Navigators so far this season.
Gillette has been great. You know, can't complain about an ERA in the low 3s, and he's done a good job putting his team in a good spot to win.
He'll lead off against Troy Scheffler Jr. That ball hammered into the gap. Doesn't have enough power. It'll at least hop off the wall. Scheffler easily into second base. He's going to try for 3. The throw is cut off, and it will get past the third baseman.
Unreal contact from Troy Scheffler Jr. That thing was extra bases. We all knew it just from the sound. It had a good trajectory. It looked like he ran into his first long ball of the year, but instead of trotting his way around the bases, he decides he's going to sprint for 3. Maybe even could have had 4 after he got away from the third baseman on his slide, but probably smart to hold off with nobody out yet. Nice way to start the inning.
A hustle play by Scheffler Jr. right there, and as you can hear, the fans getting into it. There are fans in the stands. We were in Nashua, New Hampshire. They are allowing fans at a 25% capacity here in the Futures League.
It's so nice to be able to see people come here to Holman Stadium night in, night out. Gives some semblance of normalcy here to see guys in the stands.
Brings up Nick Shumsky, 264 on the year, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. Check swing, doesn't go, runs the count to 2-0. You saw it with the first game of this 3-game series in Connecticut, in New Britain, to be exact, with fans, and now in Nashua, New Hampshire as well. That ball grounded to the shortstop, Freelick. He'll allow the run to score, but throw on to first. First out, first run for Nashua. They strike early.
Solid job not trying to do too much from Nick Shumsky. Just hits it on the ground to his counterpart here tonight, Freelick, and that brings in the run. Infield was not in.
Jared Dupree steps in out of Northeastern. Dupree, one of the better hitters in the FCBL, a returning member. He was an all-star last year in 2019. First pitch fouled back.
A little bit late on that one.
Dupree this season started every game for Northeastern, and in that time period had a 13-game hitting streak. 333 on the year this season for the Futures League.
Got off to a real strong start here in the Futures League season, but as of late, struggling a little bit.
That ball hammered the other way, but it'll go foul. Dupree seems to just be a little late on these fastballs by Gillette.
Yeah, he's a guy you don't want to let get out in front of stuff. His pull power is special. We've seen him send things out to right field on the season several times on the FCBL broadcast network.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gillette blows a fastball right by Dupree, and there's 2 down. So for the defense for the North Shore Navigators, infield, Cody Morissette's going to be at third base. Sal Freelick at short. Jake McElroy at second. Logan Bravo at first. Outfield left to right. Cam Climo, Tommy Seidel, and Ben Malgiri in right. Catching is Shane O'Halloran. Brings up Dominic Keegan, our spotlight player for the Silver Knights, rather. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Keegan ahead in the count here. He's a very patient hitter. Willing to take the walk if it comes to that.
Keegan second in the league, 8 home runs. Only trails Worcester's Ben Rice. He's been a dominant force in the Futures League this season. Two-0 misses again. You got to be careful with Keegan, and he has that power, and something that we've mentioned that's unique about the Futures League. After 10 innings, if the game is still tied, they have a home run derby to break that tie. Keegan participated in that earlier in the season against these same Navigators and won that home run derby 13-3.
He hit some of them real deep in that home run derby. Put on a show.
3-1. That misses for ball 4. Keegan's on with 2 outs.
And Dominic Keegan isn't a guy that's going to fall into the trap of swinging at something just because he sees it upstairs with a 3-1 count. He wants to lift the ball, but even when he does take those big 3-1 type of cuts, you can't even tell. His home run balls look effortless.
Brings up John Mead, DH out of Franklin Pierce. First pitch he sees misses down low for ball one. Mead, 41 starts for 2019 for Franklin Pierce. Became a consistent member of that everyday lineup this year. 356 on the year, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. That ball fouled right back.
When the 3, 4, and 5 spots of the Silver Knight lineup are these three, Dupree, Dominic Keegan, and John Mead, it's a real tough test for a pitcher when the first inning gets extended like this.
That one misses up high, and it doesn't get much easier. On deck, you have Dylan Jones. He was an all-star in 2019 for the Futures League, an above 300 hitter last season. That one just misses up high, goes to 3-1. A little bit of a control issue early for Gillette.
And these are not hitters you want to be falling behind. He's got to try to make a competitive pitch here because you don't want to walk him, but you don't want to give him a meatball either.
3-1 chopped high to first base. Bravo will field it in foul territory. Easier play from Bravo than most as he stands at 6'5" over there at first base.
He's a big guy, able to reach up for that one.
It'll be 3-2 to John Mead. Keegan off on the pitch. Oh, that one by his head. Look out, ball 4.
And gotta look to try to settle down here if you're Gillette, because while you would think the 6, 7, 8, 9 that you have coming up in the lineup might provide an easier task, these guys, Dylan Jones, Ben Rounds, Max Vieira, they're very patient hitters, and they've been hot of late.
John Mead, good reaction time right there. Had to duck out of that one. Now first and second with 2 outs brings up the returning Silver Knight, Dylan Jones. Jones out of Franklin Pierce, 324 in the year, 2 homers, 16 RBIs. First pitch he sees, lifted into center field, not very deep. It'll be Seidel under it. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Damage limited, only 1 run for the Knights, but they strike first. We're through 1 here in Nashua. 1-0, Knights lead.